New immigration proposals from the White House would give nearly 2 million immigrants U.S. citizenship. That's in exchange for funding President Trump's border wall. But that offer for the so-called Dreamers is dividing many of the president's supporters, and it's really fueling his critics right now. So for further discussion, let's bring in Republican strategist Matt Mackowiak and Democratic strategist Robin Byro. Nice to see you both.
Thanks for having me.
All right, so Matt, I want to start with you. What are some of the possible scenarios for resolving this? In other words, what should the Republican strategy be?
Yeah, look, I think there really is a lot of bipartisan agreement here on both sides that they want to do something for this DACA population, these people that were brought here as children. I think the question is, what do Republicans want and what do Democrats want? Democrats want certainty for these 700,000 DACA recipients, perhaps for their parents going forward, and obviously a path to citizenship. Republicans want very serious border security. They want an end to chain migration to go towards a merit-based system, and they want an end or serious reform to the visa lottery. And honestly, those are four things that Trump has been talking about since September. Now, he's put this framework out. They now have a clearer idea of exactly what he's willing to do. And obviously, with Trump putting a path to citizenship on the table, that's a very serious concession on his side. The question now is, are Democrats going to come in his direction? Because ultimately, this deal's got to be a win-win for both sides.
And Robin, I want to turn to you to answer that question because, right now the question is the president has given some concessions in this proposal. So what concessions are Democrats willing to make this happen?
We want to know where the funding is coming from for this border wall, because Donald Trump promised over and over again on the campaign trail that Mexico would pay. And just this past week, he alluded to the fact that they will pay somehow. But right now, we're concerned that he's holding these 700 lives hostage, basically, until the American taxpayers pay for this by way of this funding.
Well, it's really until
so
they
we just want to know,
right? It's not necessarily until they pay for it. It's till the agreement's been reached. But go ahead.
We want to make sure that these lives are protected. These people are contributing to our society. I'm a veteran. I served in the military alongside with some of these Dreamers. They were great soldiers. Donald Trump himself said that he would hate to see these young people deported some time ago. So I think that there is a lot of bipartisan agreement. I think 70% of Americans favor a pathway to citizenship. So I think we do have a way ahead here, Leah.
And it seems like there's, the president is saying that he wants to give this concession to protect the Dreamers. Matt, I want to turn to you, though, about Robin's question, because I think it's a fair one. The president said we're going to build a wall. We're going to make Mexico pay for it. And now it's no, we're actually going to make taxpayers pay for it. Where's this money going to come from?
Yeah, it's a fair question, and I've seen that question asked on Twitter by a lot of people. I think most Republicans don't think Mexico is going to pay for the wall, and they've never thought that. If Mexico was ever going to pay, it was going to be in an indirect way, perhaps through tariffs or perhaps through reduced foreign aid. That's a slow process to have either one of those happen. At the end of the day, the taxpayers are going to have to be involved in increasing our border security. Keep in mind, when the Secure Fence Act passed in 2006, it was fully authorized. It was just never fully appropriated. It was never fully paid for by Congress. We would have the fence along the secure fence along the southern border already had they funded it. So what they're talking about doing is putting $20 billion into a trust, drawing off it every year to get the border wall built. It's not going to be over the entire southern border. It's going to be in the urban areas where the highest number of crossings, illegal crossings, are happening. We've seen that in San Diego. It's been very, very effective in reducing border crossings.
All right. I actually want to switch topics here while I have you both, because we've been reporting that there are sexual harassment, sexual assault allegations against Steve Wynn. Activists are calling for the GOP to return donations that were made by him. Robin, what do you think? Is this jumping the gun just because these new allegations are out?
Well, Leah, there are dozens of allegations. So, no, I don't think that it's jumping the gun. I mean, you're talking about he was the finance chair for the RNC, for goodness sakes. So, this is a serious problem. And the recipients of this money really have to just do a gut check with themselves and see, if they in good conscience can keep that money. That's a question that they have to answer, and to their constituents as well, Leah.
Yeah, it really is. And Matt, I want to turn to you on this one. What are your thoughts here? Is it already time for the GOP to start returning some of those donations? That's certainly what was called for by Republicans, in the case of Harvey Weinstein.
Yeah, in my view, it's never the wrong time to do the right thing. And this Wall Street Journal story that came out that broke this, which, yes, Fox News has confirmed and other news organizations have confirmed, is deeply troubling. As Rob said, there are dozens of allegations in there, serious allegations, not just sexual harassment, misconduct, but doing it in the workplace against employees. So there's a power dynamic at stake there. I think it would be best for the RNC if Steve Wynn was no longer our finance director. He obviously deserves due process. I saw one of his major investors has called for an outside investigation. That should go forward. That would be a good idea for the company and perhaps for Steve as well. I respect the success in business that Steve has had, but I don't believe he should continue as finance director at the RNC with these very serious allegations against him.
All right. Well, this is a story we will continue to be reporting on and watching. Matt Mackowiak, Robin Byro, thank you both for being with us today.